Welcome to the start of a brand new anime review series. I was reincarnated the Seventh Prince, so I can take my time perfecting my magical ability. The title is probably too long for the video itself. Just basically put as I was reincarnated the Seventh Prince. I'll probably put the actual name title in the description. So, I've been getting promotion for this one for a bit, and I've been curious of this series for quite a while. Excuse me. This is actually one of two series I'm planning on doing during my break from 4Z. The other one, I'm just waiting whenever they release a dub for that one. So, for this one, for this series right now, bench watching, we're only going to go through the first 10 because that's as far as they're at least dubbed. So, it probably will be added to my anime review schedule just for 2 weeks, not for 6-7 episodes. Just 2 weeks. That's it. But here we're discussing the opening 2 episodes of the series. Now, the main character, we see a flashback in his previous life where he was a sorcerer, who loved researching, and we see his arrogant noble who doesn't like commoners, who thinks they're beneath him, and because the fact this commoner, this from his perspective, dares to research magic, he is to be killed immediately. Because he thinks, only us nobles can know magic. Yeah, he's a guy, basically, which I would love to punch him in the face for his arrogance. And he kills the main character. But wait, he's not dead just yet, because he gets reincarnated as a 7th prince. As a baby. And he wakes up and he's surrounded by 4 hot maids. I'm like, damn. Reincarnated as a baby and you get surrounded by 4 hot maids? And it's like, he needs to use fire magic. So he ends up basically blowing a hole in the ceiling. Yeah. And then afterward we jump ahead 10 years later, where the maids have not aged in 10 years, I found that interesting. So we see him running through the castle, waiting for the maids, for reasons unexplained. So, by the way, his name is Lloyd. He does some research in the library, and then we run into his instructor, Selphie, this beautiful woman who's only about 5 years older than he is, who basically is brought as a maid to teach him swordplay. Well, basically swordsmanship. And he ends up basically kind of beating her, though he ends up cheating anyways because he uses a little bit of levitation. And because, but basically he is accessible with reading. And then we see that she takes him to the bath with the air maids. And by the way, this is a 10-year-old boy taking baths with women. And he sits on Selphie's lap. Basically, he has his head between her chest. I'm like, damn, dude. Yeah, and if you see the other guy, like, damn, that boy is that kid is so lucky to get this beautiful woman. And of course, he runs away and he gets dressed. And of course, they mention about this forbidden library, which of course has this demon named Grimoire who was sealed there by ancient sorcerers. So he basically uses this reflection magic to make himself invisible. Sneak past a couple guards, destroy a lock, and a forbidden library. Yep, he's been there for a while, and then one of the books basically activates, and here's Grimoire, a demon, which Lloyd beats him pretty easily. And he's so scared of him that he offers to be his familiar, which Lloyd accepts. And, can you go a little bit change form to be a little bit smaller? People will notice, he was scary. So it makes it to a cute form. And when he gets close to him, he realizes, oh crap, he is OP on magic. Yep. Yeah, and then of course, at the reading, he puts everything back, then he reads. And then the very next day, we see him reading in the library, and we see one of his siblings see him. His older brother, Prince Albert, who is the second prince of the kingdom. Before I continue, who voices these characters? Well, in the case of Lloyd, you see, his reincarnation was voiced by Travis Melnix. His English dub actor when he's Lloyd is a woman by the name of Meg McLean. She was the character of Nyla from Afria. She was the rest of the adventure as Parma. Yes, she basically appeared there as that recurring character. She was in Black Clover as a beach babe. Bruce Child in Attack on Titan, the final season. She was also in Cautious Hero. Dr. Stone as Azaria. She was Abel in Fire Force in Fairy Tail. She was Helsinki in Fire Force, season 1, season 2. She is the Sword Maiden from Goblin Slayer. Yep. She was in Hana the Seven Demon Lord. The series, obviously. The most recent thing they released for Kage's War, which I have not watched that one. I think that's from the second season. The second season show. She is also in an OVA from Miss Kobash's Dragon Maid. Aisha Garrett from Mashuka Tensei Jobless Incarnation. My Hero Academia. Charlotte Amaking from One Piece. She was in Quintessential Tablets as a one-shot character. She was in Skeleton in the World. Spy X Family. That's Reincarnated Slime. And that's it. Good amount of shows for her. Yep. Albert, of course, is voiced by Nelson Bochter. Not overly familiar with him. As for Sophia, Selfie. By the way, she's like 18. I thought she was 15. Voiced by Morgan Berry. Yeah. So, aside from this series, I haven't seen much of anything at all. Apparently, she's like a YouTuber. Okay, here we go. Look at her IMDb page. Well, I can tell she's very pretty. Mm-hmm. So, aside from this series, she was 13 in My Hero Academia. And this stuff I've seen. Let's see. She was Morha. Me. In Yashi Princess Half Demon. She was in Death of Reincarnated Slime as a background character. Also in Black Clover. She was also in Plunderer. Additional voice she's credited as. The Rise of Heroes Glass. Yes, great character she is. One Punch Man as Wagnama. Tokyo Ri is Hoagie. Overlord is the Freya Beller. Damon from the Seven Deadly Sins. Leo from Death March, the Red Rhapsody. So get him out. Sakacho from Dragon Ball Super. Len from Another World with My Smartphone. But background character Love Tyrant. Also background Miss Kowashi's Dragon Maid. Was Koishi's mom from JoJo's Adventure Diamonds Unbreakable. Man, I'm just basically going through. I can see here. I remember seeing. Oh, she did a dub for Case Closed, which I haven't seen yet. She was second time at junior high. Oh, she was in the awfulness that was Tokyo Route A, the original Tokyo series, which was really good, by the way. Fairy Tale, Madame Sherry from One Piece, and that's it. If you're curious about Madame Sherry, she was, if I remember correctly, she was Arlong's sister. Yep, and that's the voice of Selfie. Episode 2 also is debut of To Yofia, which I'll get to her. Basically, her involvement in the episode. Voiced by Veronica Lynx, which when I first heard her, I thought this was Kristen McGuire because the personality was so similar to Malene, but no, it's somebody else. So, basically in episode 2, after Albert finds his brother Lloyd, they proceed to go to a kind of like a shooting range with magic, which shoot these targets, and Albert basically is like perfection, and of course Lloyd does not want to get involved with politics or whatever, so he basically grazes it. Everyone thinks that he basically sucks, even though he really doesn't. So then of course he unleashes a special magic with Grimm, with this special OPD magic, which ends up opening a hole in the sky to frickin' space. Then Lloyd basically quietly closes it. It does make newspaper, of course they don't know who that Lloyd did it. And afterwards, Lloyd basically finds, there's some adventurers who basically discover stuff in a dungeon. He really wants to get an adventurer, but because he's basically has a recognizable face, he has to sneak out. But Sophia basically knows he was missing. So he uses an acorn to make a wood replicate of himself, where it's exactly like him, except looks like a bit shorter than he is, and looks like you have basically Grimm posing as him for a bit until Sophia comes back. He, of course, sneaks out and, has Grimm in his hand, because he basically early episode. And then he sees Tao, where she is basically being a bunch of monsters. Very beautiful girl. She's only 18 years old. And so it's like, someone watching. So basically he used illusion magic, basically took an image of himself and his brother and made himself a grown-up version of himself, called himself Robert. Like, you want to go explore a dungeon? Sure. And like, you use chi. Awesome. Yeah, because he knows about chi. Yep, because of the whole martial arts stuff, because he read about it in a book. Yep. And she apparently caught by her thing, and she was actually quite surprised. And of course, she thinks, maybe I can form a master-student relationship and basically make him my boyfriend, because basically she's like, he's just a good-looking guy. It's like, I want him basically to be my future husband. Yeah, she doesn't have the future husband thoughts per se, but what in the world? I'm hearing a buzzing sound. There we go. Problem solved. Yeah. So, and they go on a dungeon, and of course, there'll be a boss already. Of course, there's a treasure chest. But Lloyd, not being stupid, does notice basically a mystic. What looks like a mystic blade coming out, and he saves Toe from it. And look, there's a lynch, and that ends the episode there on a big cliffhanger. Great episode. I'm loving this series so far, and I'm only going through about 8 more, and then I'll stop. Like, I kind of thought maybe that the whole series would be done by now, but I guess not. But excuse me, so this is going to be pretty much a particular review. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn on notifications, and do not hit the dislike button. Next up, I'm going to do 2 more episodes of this series, and I'm going to do Konosuba, and then back to do 2 more episodes, and may get a chance to work on Archdemon's Dilemma. How I Love You, Bride. Okay? But see you in the next video. Bye.